Thank you. I would like to call the Committee of the Whole meeting to order for June 16th, 2025 at 5:32 p.m. I'd like to call on Councillor Dornbos to read the land acknowledgement, please.
I would like to acknowledge that the rural municipality of St. Andrews is located on Treaty 1 territory, the traditional lands of the Anishinaabe, Cree, Oji-Cree, Dakota, and Dene peoples, and the national homeland of the Red River Métis. We respect the spirit and intent of treaties and treaty making and remain committed to working in partnership with First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people in a spirit of truth, reconciliation, and collaboration.
Thank you. Adoption of the agenda. Motion to adopt the agenda with the removal of 8.2 under in camera. Could I have a mover, please? Councillor Sliker, seconder, Deputy Mayor Marecki, all in favor? Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to add at the beginning, Councillors Mondor and Hunt are unable to attend this evening. That is carried. Item 4, reception of delegates. Welcome, Dee King, the Interlake Tourism Association manager, or
Yeah.
you're the executive director. What's your
I
title?
would love to be called an executive director, but at this time I'm their manager.
Okay, wonderful. Welcome. So you're here to give council a presentation.
I am. There we go. How's that look? Let's see. Perfect. So I sent out a lovely membership package earlier this year in March. So some of this is refresher, and then some of this is brand new just for the RM of St. Andrews. So I started at the Interlake Tourism Association in January. So I'm still quite new. I started 6 months ago and I had a lot to learn. And now I'm starting to really connect with all of the membership and get to know all of the RMs and understand all of the needs and values that are in the Interlake. But I grew up in the Interlake. I grew up in St. Clements in the Narrow area, and I loved it. I went to the city for my education and went, this isn't for me. And so I moved out and tried to find anywhere outside the city. And of course, I was drawn back to the Interlake, and I now live in Grosse Isle. And I spent a lot of time working and volunteering as much as I can in that area. So my background is in storytelling and interactive experiences, and I take a lot of that storytelling experience into tourism now. But I'm just one person, so if there's any complaints or positives, it all just comes back to me, and we create that lovely one-on-one feedback loop. So included with your membership, you get a newsletter that I try to keep up to date. There's one that goes out to everyone who signs up, every type of person from people in the Interlake and Manitoba and Winnipeg, and then far reaches. Sometimes I get calls from Alabama, and I'm like, maybe you'd be interested in our newsletter too. You get a free advertising page on the website. You can do a map pin on Driftscape, and we can go more about that in detail in a little bit. We offer the travel guide design services, which you do use, access to the tourism grant. Mostly that's just for your membership and making sure that they're aware of its existence, networking events and special offers, and then of course, unlimited social media posts. And I love to attend all of the events. I went to the Thursday one, and I saw you running around and chatting with everyone, and that was so much fun. So yeah, I usually ask that anyone who has interest in the ITA signs up for this. Thankfully, I have Justin inside the organization with me, so I don't have to do a ton of sharing with RM St. Andrews, because I know Justin's going to do a great job of making sure that everything that we're doing is kind of front and center in the side of the Interlake. You get a free page. Your page looks like this. I really feel like it could be better. We could be showcasing a lot of different stuff. It kind of goes a little linear. It's missing an about area, so I'm really wanting to spend some time this year on refreshing a lot of the RM pages and make sure that they look a lot better than just like this. And so if there's any feedback on this stuff, like, I'm all ears. I'd love to hear more about how we could be showcasing everything in the RM of St. Andrews, especially on this page, because you get it included in your membership. Not everyone is a designer. Not everyone knows how to make design. And so that's why we offer design services. This is specifically with a travel guide, and this is the one I worked with Teresa. And so we made sure that it kind of looked like the last year's guide ad, but also a little bit updated. And it's just an included cost when we're making really good stuff. So we want to always make sure that everything shines and looks as beautiful as possible. And so the tourism grant, the tourism development grant, that's $2,000 of matching funds that organizations and businesses can take advantage of for capital costs. In my own village of Grass Isle, we did one with the heritage site. We needed to make a new playground, a lovely little nature playground with hills and slides and stuff. And so we applied to this fund a few years ago and got to pay for some slides and make it a little bit better than it would have been. And so it's a really great opportunity of just building things slowly, because $2,000 isn't a lot for a business. It's just enough to kind of help boost something that they're already working on and spark that idea a little bit more.
So the 2,000, is that divided amongst all the membership, or it's each?
Each.
For whoever applies?
Yeah,
Oh,
so some years we've awarded, I think, $10,000. Some years it's been $5,000. It's usually up to $2,000, so some get a little bit less. And it kind of gets juggled based on the opportunities that have arose and then kind of what funding we have available at the time.
Okay.
So we're hoping to do 2 intakes this year, hopefully one around end of summer and then one around winter, to kind of take advantage of the operators who want, something happening maybe next year versus this year. And then we also have those new networking events and special offers. So I haven't held a networking event yet. I really want to, because I think that'd be really great to kind of get everyone in a room and talk and share ideas. I find a lot of interactions happen in my previous industries where, you go, oh, I'm doing this. And they go, have you tried to do this? And you're like, oh, I didn't think about that. So just having more of those like brain collide moments, I think is always super valuable. But I don't know when they're happening yet. Gonna have to stay tuned for that. And then social media, we have a Facebook and an Instagram that's very well received. I'm trying to really build up the Facebook, especially because there's a lot more community on that side, and just make sure that your members know that if they send anything to me, I'm going to post about it, whether they're my member or not. They're your members, and so I'm happy to share absolutely anything that I'm given and make sure that everyone knows about anything that's happening. The map pin with Driftscape. So Driftscape is an application and a browser. So you can get it like on your phone or on our website or any website. It's kind of like a map-based system. Let me bring it up. So this is your area right now. It's a map-based system where you can click on different types of things and you can get food advice or stays. We have a lot of information areas. So like that would be statues, unique spots, like Okamic Marsh would be listed in that spot right there in the center. And then tours. Tours do exceedingly well on Driftscape. It is by far the most viewed things on it. And so I always encourage people to do a custom tour because you're going to get the most bang for your buck on it. So a single pin is $100 a year and a tour is $300, but then you can be making a lot of adjustments to it. Let's see. This is a tour that is in your area right now, the River Road Heritage Parkway, and it does really well. There's some tours that are more of a road trip tour. Some of them are a walking tour. The Selkirk Murals is by far the best one. And if it's supported with a lot of marketing, like Selkirk does, then you get a lot more people visiting and experiencing those tours. So that one's a really good one in your area that's doing quite well. And we can see that through this little analytics that I pulled is a full year, and you can see Selkirk zoom way farther away from everyone else. And then you can see where the River Road Heritage Parkway tour is. But the vast majority of these top ones are all tours, and they do much better than just a single pin. Do you have any questions on Driftscape? So what I would recommend is that you think of maybe a historical or history tour or another parks tour, unique spots or road trips. I've been working with other RMs on like a cool churches and cemeteries tour, so we can hit that genealogy interest and the history buffs. There's other ones that are like, we want the family trip. Because when I talk to some people, it's like, well, what would you want as a tour? And they're like, I need to know where all the bathrooms are, where all the playgrounds are, where all of the kid-friendly spots are. And I went, that's a perfect one. We have no family tours yet. Like of course, I would raise my hand for that one. I need to know where all those things are. And so that would be a well-received tour. So sometimes it's nice to kind of think about what you have in your area that's unique and how it can be adjusted to hit that unique market that hasn't been done yet. And then I would work with you to make sure that that's working and that you're seeing the analytics that you want to see, and we're supporting it to kind of really show up what is in this area, because sometimes it feels like it's a little empty and we could be showing a lot
So
more.
Teresa is aware of all this and the stuff here, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
Yeah, we have the rectory as a stock for sure. And then something new that I'm adding this year is marketing materials, event materials for members. Sometimes you have volunteers making posters for events, and I thought it would be a great opportunity to add design services not only for the travel guide, but for any type of event that's happening, regardless of their experience in making art and posters and design. If they come to us, we can make something really nice and cool and eye-catching that kind of helps boost that event a little bit more. And that's pretty much it. I brought a little bit of a pricing summary of all of the stuff going on. The things to do blog with Travel Manitoba and the Beat newsletter, I can go into detail on, but they're pretty standard opportunities that Travel Manitoba works with us throughout the year. And then there's the Driftscape and the custom marketing.
Also, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I just have one question. I guess St. Andrew's biggest tourist attraction would be Lower Fort Garry. Do you focus a lot on that?
It's a little bit focused on. Let me bring up Driftscape. So if you just type in Interlake Tourism, we kept it really handy, and that it's just right here. And so this is where I spend a lot of my time. Let's see, where was it? There's the rectory. There's that. Goodness sakes, up here. There we go. So we have two pins there. We have the Friends of Lower Fort Garry. And then we have the Cultural Experiences Tour. Oh, it's not showing.
You can close your share and then reshare, I'm guessing through your browser, right? Right now you're sharing the PDF. Yeah. And I can help you out with that here.
How's that?
There.
There we go. There it is. Those are the two nodes that we have for the Lower Fort Garry. So we have the Friends that has part of the ghost tours on there. And if they came and said, oh, we want to change up the information, I'd say no problem. And we'd get it updated. Comes with a little bit of information. And then directions on how to get there. You're in the Driftscape app.
And how many pins are we allowed with the membership?
You can have one just pin as the arm of St. Andrews, and it's $100 a year.
So each pin is 100?
Yes.
Any other questions? Allison?
No other questions, just, it just seems a little much more interactive than it has been over the last while, for sure. To get more tourism into the area, absolutely,
Oh, yeah, great job.
yeah. Well done, Dean.
My pleasure.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you for coming to introduce yourself. Okay, you're good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next under management reports, May 25th monthly management reports, they're all attached. Does council have any questions? Council Sarbat.
For Braden, about the cloud permit, and how's that going?
It's great. Yeah, I'm glad you brought it up. I've highlighted it for a
I
reason.
saw, yeah, I was
Yeah.
going through, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, we did a dry run in April where we had some applicants who we had utilized Cloud Permit before we advertised it to work out some of the kinks. So we've gone through that process and updated the types of letters and notices that get sent out through Cloud Permit. It's all automated. We get email updates when a new application is submitted, updated, changes requested, all that sort of thing. And now it's now live. I've updated our website on a few sections. There's some info and guide links and videos and how-tos on there. Same thing with Red River Planning's website, a lot of the same material from Cloud Permit themselves. And we're also including a little small write-up for Cloud Permit with a tax slip. So there's some other information on there. There's a small half-page write-up with some info on Cloud Permit. And as of right now, the types of applications you can apply for online are burn permit, a filming permit, lottery license, lot grade, a pet license, typically a dog animal license, private approach, and the live trap rental license. So those are the ones that we have available online. We are open to looking at adding more, but those are we have set up for right now. Yeah.
Is there a link on the website for that? Because I hadn't seen one.
There are, and I can, yeah. So there are two. There's one under government and there's one under residence planning and development, and the other one is business and economic development. So kind of following under both. If we have suggestions for possibly putting it in a very visible spot,
Yeah.
we can definitely look at doing that too. Yeah.
Councillor Sniper.
I just wanted to say that I've had 3 people comment about using it and I kind of held my breath due to Red River Plain and they were like, that's the coolest thing I've ever done. Good investment on the RM part, so congratulations.
Deputy Mayor Murray.
Yes, I'd just like to say that Public Works has provided a lot of information. I appreciate what they've done and keep up the good work.
Councillor Feeblecourt.
Stole what I was gonna say. Yes,
Stole
no,
what I
great,
was
great
gonna
report. I like the format and a lot more information. So yeah, thank you to Trevor.
And we're still working on that report, you know, to add additional stuff and, but it's the start of moving forward with more information sharing.
Thank you.
Thank you. I had a question. I saw in the public notices our animal services has been stopped unexpectedly.
Lisa could probably tell you more about that than I.
Current provider just gave us notice. There was no formal contract in place. He'd taken over the animal services previously. So he's advised that he's no longer going to do that. So until we make other arrangements, we are temporarily suspending that.
Okay,
So we're engaged with another company right now.
Okay.
Negotiating.
thank you.
And Madam Mayor, just a note, Councillor Mondor did join in through Zoom just 2 minutes ago. So you're
Okay,
present.
so the minutes will show Councillor Mondor joined at 5:50 PM.
I've been here for quite some time.
Or about 5:45.
5:45. Okay, thank you. Councillor Mondor, do you have any questions on the monthly management reports?
Yes, I did. I actually, I like the new format. I think there's a lot more information there, but my question is in regard to the paving of the roads. Since we have a very short window to get this work done, I'm wondering when, you know, the paving and the resurfacing or what have you is going to start to be commencing. Also, my second question is in regards to recreation. It says that the baseball fields are being seeded. Will there be anybody be able to play on that field this year, or that's my 2 questions. Thank you.
Okay, first I'll answer the baseball field. No, there won't be anyone playing on that field this year. And in response to paving, we changed what we're going to do for paving this year. We're using a new format of paving, so we're still putting the tender out. It's part of our policy to tender paving, but I don't know exactly how many providers there are for this type of service. So I suspect that the paving will be done in August or September.
Okay. Any other questions?
I just had a question. Is that, would that be sufficient for the, the season and whatnot with the the new process? Would that be too late in the season to commence that work or not?
No, it wouldn't.
Okay. Any further questions, Councilor Mondor?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, we have no old business. Under new business, RRPD permit issuance report. Everything is attached for May 2025. Any questions? Okay, hearing and seeing none. Number 8, in camera. Motion that council move in camera at 5:52 PM to discuss matters that are in preliminary stages and respecting which discussion in public could prejudice the municipality's ability to carry out its activities or negotiations, as well as legal and personnel issues. And be it further resolved that members of council agree to keep in confidence a matter that is discussed at a meeting that is closed to the public under subsection 152(3), and that the committee decides to keep confidential until the matter is discussed at a meeting of the council or of a committee conducted in public. Could I have a mover, please? Councillor Doornbos, seconder, Councillor Schleicher, all in favor? That is carried. We are out of in camera at 6:10 PM. Motion to move out of camera, at 6:10 PM. Could I have a mover, please? Councillor Schleicher, seconder. Councillor Feeble-Corn, all in favor? That is carried. We have no further items, so be it resolved. There's a motion to adjourn the meeting at 6:11 PM. Could I have a mover, please? Deputy Mayor Marecki. I'm sorry. Did you have your hand up? Oh, no. Seconder. Councillor Doornbos, all in favor? That is carried. Good night, everyone.